Okay, here's a question about stratified sampling. Okay, so what we have to do is read the question. So we've got 28 plants, 21 are strain A and 7 are strain B. We need to find a stratified sample. We need to use random numbers, okay, and we need the size of the sample to be 8. So the population is of size 28, which is 21A plus 7 strain B, and I need to divide my sample of size 8 in the same proportions. So you could do dividing 28 in the ratio 21 to 7, okay, as you did at GCSE, or you can simply say that the proportion of the sample, so if I consider A, the proportion of the population, that is A, is 21 out of 28. Okay, so that's the correct fraction, and if I apply that to the size of the sample, which is 8, then I get 3/4 of 8, which is 6. So I need 6 A's and 2 B's. So part of the question is deciding how many from each subgroup I need to have in my sample. And now we need to do a simple random sample of 6 A's from 21 in the group. So how do I use random numbers to get this simple random sample of 6 from 21? Well, I need to start by the 21 in the population, numbering them. And we always start numbering from 0. So I'm going to number them from 0, 0 up to 20, up to 20. Because if I was counting from 1, then I'd get up to 21, but I'm starting from 0, so I only get up to 20. Now, if I go through taking my random numbers in pairs, I could just ignore everything above 20, but then I'm going to be ignoring an awful lot of pairs. It's not going to be very efficient. So you need to know the way we can actually make this a bit more efficient. So I'm using all the numbers from 0, 0 to 20. When I get to 21, I can start again at plant 0. Okay, so I'm now saying that as well as 0, 0, meaning plant 0, 2, 1. Is going to mean plant 0, and 2, 2 is going to mean plant 1, and 2, 3 is going to be plant 2, and that will take me as far as 41. Okay, and then 42, I can start again. Okay, and that'll use up all the plants until, what's it going to be, 62, and then 63 onwards up to 83, and then 84. Now at 84, I can't use these numbers from 84 onwards, because to use every single plant, okay, this would take me up to 104, and 104 is not a pair of digits, okay? And if I were to just allow some of these plants to have the extra possible number that gets them, then that would be unfair on these plants down here. I've got to have 4 ways of getting each plant. I can't have 5 ways of getting some of them, and only 4 of the others. So that means I'm going to ignore all numbers of 84 and above, okay? So you don't have to write this out in your solution, okay? But you do need to say that we're going to ignore pairs of 84 and above, okay? So now I've got this number. Well, obviously if it's 0 to 20, then it's directly linked to the number. To change all the others, what we say is, if we think about, say, plant number 42, then that is the same as plant number 0, because what I'm doing is I'm dividing by 21 and taking the remainder. You can check that will work for anything. So 42, 43, 44 should mean plant 2. 44, that should say. And that's because if I do 44 divided by 21, then that comes out, 21 goes into 42 twice, which is 44 twice, which is 42, with a remainder of 2. So I go for plant 2. So therefore, we find the remainder. Okay, we're going to find the remainder when the pair is divided by 21 and choose that plant. Okay, and having done that, we are then going to, if we get the same plant again, we're going to ignore that, and we're going to keep going until we have got 6 plants. So I can complete my list of instructions here. So that's how we do it for the simple random sample of 6 A's from 21, and then I've got to choose my 2 B's from the 7 plant B's. Okay, this is a little bit simpler because I only need to number the plants from 1 to 7. So we'll number plants sorry, naught. There's 7 plants. I start numbering at naught. So I don't use double digits. I don't use pairs. I just use single digits, 0 to 6. And I use digits singly. And I'm going to just ignore anything of 7 and above. I don't need the remainder business because I can't try and use digits because I'd go over 10. So ignore digits of 7 or more. Ignore repeats. Repeat until 2 plants chosen. Okay, and so now I have selected my random sample of 8 from 28 plants. So I am done.